All right, lovely guests, and now you can start talking about your experience with us.
Okay, I suppose I wanted to start just I suppose with how I discovered
Okay.
Your company, because I've been wanting to go to India for quite a while. Craig hadn't. There's so many other places that we wanted to go. I've been wanting to go, and so I started Googling, as you do, and looking at just Indian tours, and a lot of the ones that came up were in India, and so I was a bit, I just didn't, I didn't feel sure. I didn't really know. And then one popped up, and there were actually two popped up. One was Vishal's, Indian Tours New Zealand, and then there was another one which I can't remember, oh dear. And I emailed both just to find out, because I had looked through, and with Indian Tours New Zealand, what I saw and which I suppose attracted me to it was that there were videos of New Zealanders in particular telling their story, and I thought, okay, well it kind of sounds legit. That was what I was a bit concerned about. And so I emailed both companies. The other company didn't have any videos, and I didn't hear back really from the other one. It might have been 3 weeks, but Michelle, he came back quite quickly. So that was a bonus. And so then that started the ball rolling, and then we had to look into it a little bit more. And then we had a video call, because I really wanted to just find out a little bit more about it. I loved the idea of Rajasthan and just the different key places that we could go. That sounded quite cool. I loved the fact that they were small tours. In the past, we've really just driven around, we've hired a car, driven around ourselves, but India wasn't going to be a place that we wanted to do that. And we don't really like tours with other people. So
not too much. Small groups are okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was great that it was 8, I think, max, and that we got driven around and went to all the key places that we had thought we'd want to go to see. So looked into it, 5-star and palaces, that you can't go wrong with that. And so then looked into it, talked to Vishal about, okay, if we did do a couple of palaces, what would they be? And so the recommendation was the Taj Lake Palace at Udaipur, and also the Oberoi at Agra.
Yes.
And we will talk about those because they were top notch. So then we booked. We started, going through the process, and as we got closer to the date, our daughter, one daughter-in-law, she was saying, Indians, can they be trusted? She's Chinese, and I don't know, there's sort of something
There's
going
a
on
level
there.
of friction going.
But she said, are you sure he's going to be there? You sure, And so, of course, as we were travelling,
we were worried.
and at the
Before
airport,
we came.
just before we came.
Yeah.
And at the airport in New Delhi, I knew you were meant to be there, and I think we got off, and it was like, oh my goodness. But there he was, straight away. And so, and from there it was really easy, wasn't it?
It was extremely easy. All the legwork had been done by Julie and the research and finding out about all of the palaces and things. She picked all those, and all excellent choices that
Well,
were
I had a few
given.
to
Great.
choose from,
Yeah, that's right.
Glad she did.
So all of them were really good. The highlight of the tour was the stay at Vishal's house.
Great.
It was really cool. He showed us around the local area. We got to stay at a friend of his place for dinner, and Julie milled some flour in an old mill, a hand mixing mill, and they had a fire outside and they cooked the food there. And we sat inside and got some henna
it's all
tattoos.
going
They're
now.
all faded now. That was really cool. And of course we had a couple of parties at Michelle's place, and some dancing, and
Awesome.
a bit of alcohol.
I enjoyed that part.
Loosen up.
But also too, because what happened when we thought thought it was going to be a group, the time that we booked it, there was no one else that was actually going to be had booked the same time. And again, I was concerned that he'd cancel it, wait until there's more people. But no, we went ahead, and so it was just Craig and I, and our driver, Mr. Singh. And then when we were at Vishal's place, there was another couple who were doing the tour but in the opposite direction.
Yes.
And they were there at the same time, and they're from Christchurch, and so that was very cool, just catching up and just, you know, sharing our experiences and having a little bit of a party and a dance, Indian dance. That was great. But so from Delhi we met, you know, each place we went we had a tour guide,
Yes.
different person that was that had the knowledge of that specific area. So all the way through, Michelle handed us over to this person, introduced us, and then they took us around and just told us all about all the different places. Old Delhi was fascinating, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Yeah, got up on the roofs and watched the some of the people that own pigeons. You know, just letting them loose and weaving them around and bringing them back and just getting them.
We visited an old Havali.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
and got
They're
one of the guys'
existing.
personal house. And we had a meal there.
Yeah.
That was really, really cool.
Yeah.
And then we walked the streets and dodged the bikes and the tuk-tuks.
Yeah, beep, beep,
Or
beep.
the motor rickshaws.
Mm.
Yes, and that was fun too.
Yeah, and then it was off to Udaipur.
Yes.
And we were met at the airport by Mr. Singh. And so Mr. Singh stayed with us and drove us around all the different places. So from Udaipur we went to Nali, and then we went to Jodhpur, and we went to
Nagaur, yes, Nagaur.
Nagaur, and then we went to Jaipur,
Yes.
Agra, and then
Now we are-
Varanasi, where we are now.
Yes.
Where we are now. But in each of those places, again, we had different tour guides. But Mr. Singh, he took us everywhere.
And to his place.
And to his place. And to his place.
Where he married us again.
Yep. And we had to dance. We had to dress up and dance, which was great fun. We met all of his wife, his kids.
All of his wives.
Yeah.
All
his
of
brothers.
brothers' wives.
Yes.
Yeah,
Cousins,
yes.
nephews, nieces, and we're famous all over India because everybody wants to take photos of
Yes.
us, especially when we're off in the sort of regions.
Absolutely.
So that was another highlight, his place. That was very cool. But the places we stayed at, like in Udaipur, we stayed at the Taj Lake Hotel. You know, that was stunning. You know, we went to this, the boat ramp area, which only people that are going and staying at the palace can go to. And we went out on a boat. That's how we got backwards and forwards. It was just really special.
Went to
just
Summer
old.
Palace Island.
Absolutely, where all
That
the
was
famous
gorgeous.
people get married.
At twilight with the sun going down and the birds and,
Yep.
and the gardens.
Yep.
And then back on a boat back to the Lake Palace.
Yeah.
And then a dance and traditional band.
Oh yes.
That played.
Yeah. That
And
was
they
cool.
were pretty good. Cool,
Yeah,
weren't they?
yeah, absolutely. And then we headed off to Nali, which was over the hill range,
Okay.
and we were the only people there. So we had 2 instances on our trip where we were the only guests at the hotel, because it's
Because
now,
of the time of the year.
Yeah, September.
Season.
Yeah, September. But it was a fabulous time for us. So we got sport rotten.
We had a leopard safari there. And we spotted a leopard sitting on a rock
Yep.
looking at us.
Yep.
And that was pretty cool. And
Yep.
then later on, when the sun had gone down, we spotted another one, but only his eyes, because there was a reflection of the.
Enjoyed your spa there?
Oh, that's right. Yes, we had a couple spa. That was really nice. And then there was the pool right outside, so we had that all to ourselves as well.
Yes.
An
the
hour-long
restaurant-
massage.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
just about when to sleep.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was
Yeah.
good.
So driving around was good. Vehicle was good. His
Yeah.
driving.
Vehicle was
Oh,
perfect for the terrain. And
Yeah, Mrs.
Mr.
Singh
Singh's
was
driving,
great.
you know, we couldn't have done it. There's no way. We could have.
And how about the itinerary? You think you've covered most of it, or
Oh,
was-
well, we kind of put ourselves in your hands, and we, you know, and you, I suppose, provided that the different experiences. But we saw the key palaces, which were stunning.
Old
some of the
forts.
temples, the forts. We went around some of the bazaars. The experiences were great. I mean, we would never ever have
No.
thought of doing any of those ourselves. throughout the whole time we felt relaxed. So I don't, some people when they go, they do their own trips and they drive themselves. It can be quite stressful. And,
we was relaxed in the back of the car too.
Whole time.
He made us feel like that.
Yeah, plenty of water, cold water, like some snacks. He'd stop off at different places. He bought us samosas in Jodhpur.
Yeah, I was coming to that. How was the food like everywhere?
Yeah.
Split. Some places we recommended, some places where you wanted to go.
Yeah.
And the
Food was
hotels.
immaculate.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It
We
was-
didn't have a bad experience with food, did we?
No.
It's all-
It was all really tasty.
And we actually turned down some of the options too, so there was more on offer, but we were hot and bothered and couldn't be stuffed.
Yeah.
So there was much more that we could have done that we didn't do, but we
Yeah.
could have.
So anything in particular you didn't like, or shouldn't be there, or should be changed, or any suggestions to your country people for a future guest? Like
In the hot weather, take a fan. I took a hand
Or
fan.
an electric one.
Yeah, that helped. That really helped.
But lots of light clothing. No,
Yes.
You don't need anything other than a shirt
Yeah.
Yes.
and shorts and good walking shoes.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And I found too that I didn't have to wear long sleeves
Yeah.
all the time. I could wear short sleeves and it wasn't a problem. There was, I think, only one temple that we went into that I needed to put something on. But definitely sand shoes, because some of the areas you're going to need to. I mean, here at Paranasi it had been raining, and so there was mud around a little bit. But I've been surprised at how clean the streets are. There's people that clean it up all the time. So, and dare I say, there's not a smell, because you've got all the cows and the cattle around and the dogs. Heaps of dogs as well. I thought it was going to be quite smelly, but it's
smelly,
not at
but
all.
it was,
Not
yeah.
at all. Not at all.
No?
Another highlight was Nagua
Nagore.
and the fort.
Yes.
Again, we were the only ones at the fort, and the Haveli that we stayed in, they used to be put aside for the queens.
Yes.
And it had a fabulous courtyard. It had a huge. This is all concrete and brick and everything, like back in the back of the day. And we stayed in this fort and we had a tour around, just showing the history of the fort. Fabulous swimming pool as well, wasn't it? It was just stunning. So that was, the whole thing has been a real experience. Just a completely different view now of what India is all about. Definitely recommend it as an experience. And doing it this way, because there's no stress.
That's right.
That's key to everything.
You like the prices? Tour prices you think they were reasonable for the experience?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. For the, just because you took us to so many different experiences that we wouldn't do. Stress-free, and nowhere did we feel unsafe. Hey,
No.
and, with Varanasi
Not once.
and even New Delhi or Old Delhi, I didn't feel unsafe.
And the
at all.
touting is sort of under control.
Yeah, it
So
wasn't
that
that
we
bad.
didn't have to dodge people all the time.
Yeah,
You have to carry a little bit of the local currency for tipping,
yeah.
but it's not very expensive.
Yeah.
It's-
And that's probably one
Like a
thing
couple of
that
bucks,
we,
$5.
we didn't realise
Yep.
we should have. Just how much tipping you need to do, but it's not a lot of money. This is the whole thing. It's not a lot of money. But I suppose one thing I did want to sort of mention was that if anyone is thinking about it and they're just not sure about using this company, then just contact Michelle and he'll put you in contact with us.
Yes.
And we're more than happy to have a video call or a chat on the phone. And just let you know about it, because it's a bit of a commitment money-wise, but
Yes.
also too, if you haven't been to India before like us, and your family is saying, be careful, it's just, it pays to, and we should have done that actually, but we now know it was fine.
Yeah.
So please do.
That's very kind of you. Thank you for that.
That's right.
And thank you, and you guys have been very lovely guests, and we thoroughly enjoyed your company and your smile on your faces all the time.
Well, it's great fun.
Hardly
Long
so any.
converted.
Yeah.
I was reluctant, but now I'm converted, so
Yeah.
Awesome.
thoroughly into it.
All right. High five. Here you go. Cheers. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for visiting us, to be honest, and coming
it's a
that far.
pleasure.
And I'm glad that you're taking India in your heart.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. Cheers. Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.